in terms of entertainment value. Tulsa won the toss, elected to defer, and Oklahoma State will bring it out.
Sharper in practice this week.
Little play action, and he finds Terrell Davis for a gain of 5. Davis last year at Division II Central Oklahoma.
This Oklahoma State crowd.
Another RPO, and they find the tight end Josh Ford for a first down.
6'6", 265.
Rodney Fields with his first carry, and into the open field, all the way to midfield. You can see why they want to give him.
In a game where they came out running it with backup quarterbacks, they're slinging it around.
And now the quarterback draw, another big gainer. That's Flores.
Leading this quarterback.
Going quickly, there's Fields up the gut. And he hammerheads inside the 25. Oklahoma State's best O-lineman, Markel Samuel, their left tackle, still out. Got hurt before the game against Oregon as Fields gets another carry. Cowboys only 1 touchdown in the last 22 drives. Flores checks underneath, and that's going to be well shy.
Nice Freeman, tackle for the Golden Hurricane.
He averages 12 tackles per game. 35-yarder for Logan Ward. The kick is up and good.
Has done a nice job in executing in his time under center.
That's going to be a good play for him. A handoff to the former Oklahoma State running back
this week, Anish, so keep an eye on him.
Hayes lets it fly downfield and able to complete. He's got his big tight end, Brody Foley. They had not completed a lot of passes downfield with Hayes at quarterback, and they hit Oklahoma State with a tight end wheel. A gain of 45. They go back to Richardson, and he is tackled for a loss of a yard on the play by Ivan Oates, the leader.
The 2 of them have gone for touchdowns.
On 2nd and 11, middle blitz is picked up. They go right back to Foley, and he rumbles across the 20 for a first down. 2 running backs into the game. Now Presley, another former Cowboy, goes wide. Presley is open. Touchdown, Tulsa. A 19-yard strike from Hayes to the former Oklahoma State Cowboy, Braylon Presley, whose brother, Brennan, hey, we're outmanned at this and that. He told us he likes some matchups in this game. He thinks Tulsa can come to Stillwater.
We're coming to win.
Another RPO, and they go right back to the tight end, Foley, his 3rd catch. You're right, Andre. He was known as a red zone guy.
Yeah, week scouting a guy. Oh, they only throw to him in the red zone. Not the case with Foley.
Let's see if forward progress gives Richardson the first down. It'll be close, and Zion Booker, their top receiver, 0 and white, the motion man. Hayes checks down, finds an open receiver. Micah Tees across midfield and into Cowboy territory. 2nd down and 8. Booker again in motion. On the ground. And it's Richardson once again. Ball came out at the end.
Some pressure here.
2 backs in the game. The play fake. Hayes can run for it. Picks up the first and dives across the 30. Oklahoma State gave up more than 10 yards per play, almost 8 today, as Hayes slides down. They mark him down where he started the slide.
Is where they're comfortable with him.
Happy feet. Booker on the check down. And he's got a first down for Tulsa.
And another missed tackle.
Inside the 15. 14th play of the drive. Pressure up the middle. Nothing going on for Zion Steptoe, the Purdue transfer. What does Oklahoma State do on its 3rd drive? It begins with a handoff to Fields, who's met by Byron Turner in the backfield. Turner at 3.5 sacks in the season opener.
In order to go fast, you have to be keeping things kind of, I wouldn't say vanilla for Flores, but that will certainly help. Running between the tackles, getting some good movement and push up front. And why I like it so much.
Edge pressure. Flores Finds an open Gavin Freeman for an Oklahoma State first down.
Oklahoma State does that, especially when they're already at the line of scrimmage.
There's a tunnel screen to Fields, who's lassoed for a loss of a yard by Lento Smith, the safety. On the fly sweep. Royal Capel, the true freshman, on the ground. And not much there for Freddie Brock, the fourth.
Jaden Burnett dialing up 52 last weekend.
And that was with Ben Johnson, now coaching the Bears. Braylon Presley with the call on first down. He has the lone touchdown in this game. A field goal since then. 11 plays, 16 yards. Hayes ducks under pressure. Buys time, has a wide open man. It's Presley, who's their chameleon. They line him up at running back, at receiver.
That is a powerful youngster.
And he squats almost 600 as Zion Booker with the reception. Booker came into this game.
Receiver, so they get a lot out of him.
Now Richardson, he's the hammer. Ran into his own man, big number 54, Cody Hornsby.
He may have himself a completion.
A.J. Allen, who had stops at Nebraska and Miami. He spent the spring on the ground. Dominic Richardson following his puller, and that sets up a 4th down and 1, and this is 100%.
He's in to run the quarterback sneak or the push take.
They'll run it to Richardson. Wow. And he bullies his way inside the 40 for a first down.
Looking again to get it to Jacob Emmers on that last play.
A.J. Allen hunting for room. He lost a yard. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and long. I got Sly last time on the 4th down. Here's the nickel blitz. Screen pass to the outside. It's Landon Lucas for the tight ends. QB2 pressed into action with the injury to Hoss Haney. Steps up, trying to avoid the rush, and wrestled down by Ray Coney, the star linebacker.
And look to tackle anything short of the first down mark.
Flores steps up to avoid the rush. Over the middle in traffic. This is going to be close.
He's got a lot of football left in him.
Richardson right up the gut. Flag down.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold.
And then back-to-back losses to New Mexico State and Navy. On the slant, it's Zion Booker. Boy, 2nd and 20.
Definitely going to be a big part of this game plan tonight.
First down and then some. Presley pretzels across the 45 of the Cowboys.
Boy, the poor tackling. Missed tackle after missed tackle. 2 in the hole.
Edge pressure. Another slant. First down. Zion Booker. 5th catch already today. And Morgan puts that through.
Pretend you've been there before.
Here's the blitz from Coney. It's picked up. Flores. Escape route up the middle. And dives to about the 40-yard line.
One of the bigger plays, the middle linebacker, and that allowed Flores right up the middle of the formation.
They get a play off before the 2-minute timeout. And Flores checks down to his running back, Fields. Well, that's a shame. Flores hands off to Fields, who moves the chains for Oklahoma State. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Flores over the middle. That's to Fields. Clock will continue to run. Coney makes the tackles. Here's the blitz. Flores runs and driven out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th down. Ty Cooper, one of the D linemen, tracked him down. Full throw. That's Foley, stiff arm. And then gets knocked to the ground by Robertson. With Kirk Francis not quite ready in his return from concussion protocol. Dominic Richardson, he was the definition of a bell cow with 16 carries for 44 yards in the first half.
He loves the command of Baylor Hayes, his freshman quarterback, who just threw that out pattern right there. He said that he's feeling it. He's in a groove.
The way to settle him into a game is for him to run the football.
Trouble with the snap, and he has to eat it with Wendell Gregory approaching.
It's tough.
On 3rd and 10, wide open is Zion Steptoe. It's also, surprise, surprise, back in plus territory. Hayes on the keeper. Scampers out of bounds inside the 30. Quick throw near sideline. Richardson the catch. Enough to move the chains. Boy, they have been at 47. Another one from 47. And it's his 4th field goal of the night. Flores off the play fake. Moves the pocket. Completes to Terrell Davis. We have not called his name since very early in the game. 2nd catch. 5-man rush. Flores flushed. Able to pick it up with his feet. He's made a couple of plays tonight with his legs.
When they go man-to-man, there's going to be a lot of different ways and avenues for him to maneuver, and he's finding them. You know, and all of a sudden, Coney is chasing from behind to make a big play with his legs.
He's got 38 yards rushing. Handoff goes to Rodney Fields, and he's got a 1st down, a gain of 11. The game has felt different, but the scoreboard tells the story. It's still only a 2-possession game. Edge pressure, Jaden Burnett. That's his 5th sack of the season. Last year, not a single Tulsa player had more than 3.
And he came into this game as the sack leader for the Golden Hurricane, and right off the game, just let him go freely.
Quick throw underneath Shamar Rigby. Flores steps up. He'll try to run. He does not get there. Turnover on downs. It's Ray Coney already.
20's the count, and there it is.
I think he may get more than 20 by the time this night's done.
And then the best offensive lineman is Jaquan Adams to their left.
Little misdirection. That gets them the 1st down. And about a half yard more.
You got one-on-one coverage up top.
Blitz from the nickel spot. Richardson pinballs, hurdles, ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Oklahoma State football.
Let's see if the guys in the black uniforms can take advantage. Well, what a heck of a tackle by Parker Robertson to get to kind of upend Richardson. The ball goes on the turf. It looked as though a Tulsa player.
A higher tackle per game average. Quick throw to the outside, and that's a 1st down. Cam Abshire, 1,000-yard receiver in the D2 ranks last year, but a flag.
They've been in the ball game.
Flores to the air. Out of the backfield, this is Freddie Brock the 4th for a yard. It's an offense that's still waiting for guys to seize certain roles. Who's the #1 receiver? Who's the lead back? Here's Brock. Tumbles inside the 10 to about the 8. Kaysen Carpenter comes in as an eligible receiver. The handoff to Fields. Does he get there? Based on the spot, no. And Tulsa with a defensive stand. Tulsa now backed up. Richardson stood up. Wendell Gregory. Forward progress gives him the 5. It's still a loss on the play. He's now a 6th-year guy. Another carry for Richardson. Out to the 12, 3rd down.
And left earlier with an injury.
They go to the edge. And a great tackle in space by Trip White to deny Richardson.
I don't know a guy that could stay in the game killing 5 of them.
Backwards pass. Comes back to Flores, shakes the tackle. And chased down from behind, shy of the 40 by Byron Turner.
What's going on offensively here by Oklahoma State?
Sam Jackson, a former quarterback at TCU and Cal, threw that pass. That's a 1st down catch by Terrell Davis.
Let Zane Flores sling it around a little bit.
They go back to the ground. That's a big hole. Broken tackle. Rodney Fields inside the 20, and the Cowboys back in the red zone. Lento Smith making the tackle.
Yeah, if not for Lento Smith, this may be a house call. He came out of nowhere.
Flores out of the gun. Quick throw in the flat. Broken tackle. Flores keeps reaching. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. First career touchdown for Zane Flores. And the Cowboys will go for two.
Usually, and allows for penetration. Flores goes right. I mean, he is following blockers. He immediately gets downhill, almost like, you know, he's under center, handing off to a back coming downhill, and that allows him to pick up blocks, get himself into the end zone.
Low snap. Flores on the move. Throws it, picked off in the end zone. And that makes it a two-score game. There it is. With a jump cut. Big seam. Still going. Has midfield and rumbling into Cowboy territory where Tulsa has lived tonight.
Excellent job up front of run blocking and then sticking that left foot in the ground and making a nice cut right upfield is Dominic Richardson.
Hey, second with Tulsa. They go to the tight end, Foley. Cut down to the NFL. Robertson is the one guy who's made. Hayes finds Zion Booker. And he sets Tulsa for Tulsa. 4-down territory for Tulsa. Hayes, the zone read. Caper! Cale Smith with the TFL. And now the decision gets real for Trey Lamb. It's 4th down.
Does a nice job and an excellent read pulling it out because Trip White was there to take away Allen, the back.
They didn't want him to have to be Superman today. Team down 10 here in the 4th quarter, looking for running room. And wiggles across the 15 to about the 18. Nice pickup
tonight in this one and making plays with his legs.
51 yards rushing. Low throw. And Fields had to go down to make the catch.
And that's what led to the previous touchdown.
Fields, boys, he had a big game. A gain of a dozen
in this drive.
Over the middle on the slant, broken tackle. And all the way to midfield. Terrell Davis, a gain of 17.
Which is super early in the game. That was not there.
Here comes Freddie Brock, the 4th. Rumbles inside the 45. 4-man rush. A check down to Brock. Broke the first tackle.
They were rolling until the holding penalty by Schick.
Booker lets this one bounce. It takes a Cowboy bounce. And downed inside the 5-yard line. On 1st down, Richardson falls across the 10. Broke his collarbone, and Oklahoma State had to go back to Alan Bowman. Flores may have gotten a chance. On the quick slam, he's got Fitzpatrick across midfield. This offense has just had more juice.
For Mike Gundy's halftime speech.
On 2nd down, Flores over the middle. Fitzpatrick holds it in. A clean catch. He may have still been running. Still a 1st down for the Cowboys. Kick is up. And good.
We got a ball game.
27 total touches. 4th straight drive for Tulsa, starting inside its own 20. And he is a battering ram, getting stronger as the game goes on. Especially now that SMU flies under a power conference banner. Hayes has some room to run if he gets the edge. He does. Kelly couldn't catch up to him. And Hayes slides down inbounds shy of midfield. We saw Aiden Kelly limp off the field earlier, just couldn't get far enough to close in on Baylor Hayes.
Smart play with a lead, stay in bounds. And the auctioneer, Aiden Kelly, could not.
Second down and 8. Handoff to Presley, another former Cowboy. Now it's 3rd and 2, and if you're Tulsa, Richardson runs into a palisade of defenders, and he lost a yard. So no positive traction. Now it's 4th down and 3. And what does Trey Lamb do? Will he send in the 3:13 to go? Floors over the middle, has a receiver. It's Will Money. Big first down, big chunk play to get the drive started. Floors on the move. He'll take off. Escapes out of bounds. 2:16 left. There's still the 2-minute timeout. This play will get us there. Richardson, the bell cow. But no timeouts. Floors throwing to the sideline. Incomplete.
Quick out situation here with a slot in the bottom of the screen. They don't choose to go there.
Go over the middle. Fields has to get the first down. He does inside the 45.
Now you got to get set.
Momentarily stops the clock.
And don't move players.
One last chance. Oklahoma State. They bring pressure. Receiver Fitzpatrick wide open. The lateral. Freeman still going and finally forced out. Tulsa comes to Stillwater and gets its first win in this place since 1951. They snap a 10-game losing streak.